Hello everyone, this is the Helios Raven's Nest. I tell you how I do it, even if you don't care. Sadly, this blog's going to start with a little bit of sad news. Yesterday, my car was broken into, and my battalion bag was stolen, along with my Kriegsarmee and my just recently finished Vendetta. I mean, I finished it the night before, and it was sitting in the bag waiting to go to the gaming store to be seen by my friends. But a bunch of douches decided that they thought there was a computer inside there or something, even though it says Army Transport on the bag. I guess they were just too dumb to realize anything. And it's probably sitting in a dumpster right now because they probably thought it was trash afterwards. So, before we go on, I'd like to just flash a couple of pictures of the Vendetta that I worked so hard on, just to give it a little bit of a tribute here. I'm also putting one on my regular blog. This may sound corny and all, but I'm a little upset about this, so we're gonna show a little tribute right now. Alright, now that that's over, I'm gonna miss it. One day I'll get a new one, and to the guys out there, wherever they are, may they burn, be arrested, and become some big guy named Bubba's love toy. Alright, as I promised last week, we are going to paint a Grey Knight Terminator with a Psy Cannon. This is going to be part one of this exercise because, as you guys know, I take forever to paint, and 10 minutes is just not enough to make a decent video quality. So, okay, we're going to start off there. Now, I'm going to do my old metal technique that I usually do. There is a new metal technique out that's been going around. I don't know what the name of it is. It's like false metal or something like that. I really don't remember the name. I just learned about it. But I don't have. But for now, we're just going to do my old paint style. Okay. The model was painted Chaos Black with Games Workshop spray paint. And just like all my other miniatures, I do them in stages. We're going to do the body first because that's the most important part. And like I say, we're going to do each piece, one color for each piece as we go on. So the color I would use for a Demon Hunters is Mithril Silver. And I would basically, for the first part of it, do a dry brush technique, but a little bit different from your average dry brush is it's going to be a little bit heavier. This way I get more coverage of the and it gets a bit of a smoother look rather than this dried on metal look. So here we go. Okay, we just started. One of the things I try to focus on is I do a quick base dry brush to get all the raised areas, and then I try to fill in with a little bit more paint, but I try to be very careful to try and keep those black lines in there. We're gonna improve on that with a little bit of a wash later, but you want to try and get as little paint, you know, in the crevices. You want to try and keep as much black in there to define the plates between the plates, as much as possible when painting. It's especially tricky with these little raised areas, so you gotta just keep an eye out for how your paint scheme is going. Okay. See, now what we're doing is we're doing what like I say, I do a slight light dry brush over the area that I'm painting, and then once I get the main dry brush, I try and fill in the gaps where the dry brush, because dry brush tends to leave like small little blank spaces where the brush left contact with the metal. So you want to try and fill those in, and like I say, you want to try to avoid getting any paint in the crevices. Now if you do end up getting some paint in crevices, that's okay. We're going to go over it again with a black wash, which will help us get rid of some of those filled in areas and probably make them black again. Okay. So. And also, like I say, especially with Grey Knights, on the Terminators, they have all those ruins edged into their armor. This helps us see where they are and to help paint around them a little bit better to get a more framed look around them, so you can actually discern them from pieces of the armor. And you want to use a very thin brush to get into those really tiny crevices. Okay, that timer indicates that I'm probably going to hit the end of my video, so that's going to be it for right now. Now we're just going to do a quick review. As you can see, what I did was I dry brushed over all the plates, and then with the same brush, taking a little bit extra paint, I went over to fill in the areas to give a solid metal look on the item. Now again, you can possibly try to do bolter gun metal instead before doing mithril silver, but I kinda like this look because it gives it more of a nice shiny look. And that'll be it for right now, and I'll have part 2 up as soon as I can. This is Helios Raven, signing off.